It's a Christmas miracle!
As always, I'm Sierra.
And I'm Amanda. And together we are
The Educators! It's Christmas, and you're totally avoiding your family right now, and that's totally okay because we're having a fireside chat, like right now.
Yeah. We got a neat fire. Even though it might not be politically correct, we will be talking about Christmas tonight.
Yeah, we apologize in advance for all the other holidays that we are purposefully neglecting and all the people that we're probably offending, but right now we don't care because we're talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe next year.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, Christmas today is usually celebrated as the birth of Jesus, but celebrations have lasted since long before he was even mentioned in literature.
Pagans have long celebrated light and birth in the darkest days of winter. The Norse had Yule, which generally started about December 21st, or the winter solstice, and lasted until January.
Fathers and sons would bring home large logs, called Yule logs, and light them. They would then feast for 12 days or until the log burnt out.
This was prime time for celebrations because most of the cattle had been slaughtered and all of the beer and wine were fully fermented and ready for drinking.
Yeah, fresh meat, fresh beer, sounds like a great time to me. Party on. Yeah, okay. Also, the Germanic people, especially the Norse, honored Odin, who they feared. They believed that he would come out at night and decide who would prosper and who would perish. And most of them elected to stay inside.
It's a shame they couldn't send Loki.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Romans also celebrated during this time, but they celebrated to honor their god Saturn, the god of agriculture, in a celebration that we're probably pronouncing wrong, Saturnalia.
Yes. Saturnalia started at the beginning of the week before the winter solstice and lasted about a month. Food was plentiful, and the Roman social order was flipped upside down. Slaves were masters, peasants ruled, businesses and schools were closed so that everyone could have fun.
I wish I could run the government. Like, could you imagine all the animals that I could save? Puppies for everyone.
Yeah, I could save all the animals.
All of them. Anyway.
The Romans did celebrate a few other holidays.
Juvenalia was a big feast that were to honor the children. Also, the upper class did celebrate the birth of Mithra, the infant god born of a rock.
In the early years, Christians only had the one major holiday, which is Easter. During the 4th century is when Jesus' birth was said to be on December 25th.
The Bible never really mentions like a specific date of when he was born, but Pope Julius I decided that December 25th would be the day, because popes normally control all that type of stuff.
Yeah, they do what they want. Rumors have it that he chose that day so he could try and trick the pagans into coming into the church and worshiping.
The one thing I do quite admire about Christianity is how clever those bastards were. They did all of this to try and get the pagans in to worship their gods and their churches in an effort to convert them, and god damn it, they did it. Those clever bastards. But the one thing they didn't count on was the fact that because they adopted so many of the other customs, they couldn't dictate how they celebrated their holiday.
Oh snap. Christmas has been outlawed several times. Can you believe that? Can you imagine a world without presents, or fairy lights, or pumpkin spice lattes? Well, okay, that last one I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But presents, man!
Yeah!
The evergreens that we refer to with Christmas things also are very important to early pagans because evergreens were green all year round. That's why they're called evergreens. And there are even stories of pagans putting evergreens like above their windows and their doors to help keep out ghosts, witches, illnesses, and evil spirits. The evergreen also symbolized the fact that, well, because they're always green, it was always a constant reminder that summer's going to come again and plants are going to grow, and that the sun god was strong and summer was going to come again.
One thing that has Christian orient is the colors. Green is for the eternal life. through Jesus, and the red is for the blood that he shed on the cross.
Gift giving is often related to the three wise men and their gifts of gold, myrrh, and frankincense. But during Saturnalia, that Roman tradition holiday thing that they had, the children were often given wax dolls to symbolize all of the human sacrifices that were given to the god Saturn for the good harvest.
Stocking stuffing was started in the 4th century when St. Nicholas gave out charitable donations because he believed that childhood should be savored, since most kids in that time had to work to support their families before they were even 10 years old.
Wreaths were worn by kings and emperors and warriors in Roman Greece because they symbolized strength and courage. And the Greeks and Romans also related the what was it called? I can never pronounce this word. It kind of looks like L'Oreal, but it's not L'Oreal.
Laurel.
Maybe Laurel.
L'Oreal.
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 Well, anyway, they related it to their sun god. So yeah, that L'Oreal or whatever the crap it was, related to their sun god. That's why we use them now.
Yes. Wreaths were also used for good harvest.
Oh, before we go, a titillating fact. We don't quite know when Jesus was born. He definitely wasn't born in the winter. We know that for certain. But we have a few possibilities, like there was a May thrown in there, and a July, and a June, and even a few November possibilities. So, it's not what you thought!
Yeah. Someone call the Social Security office. We need to get this straightened out.
I feel like they have more important matters.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyways, below we've provided you links to our social media pages.
Also, there's a short video on the mistletoe in the description box below if you want to check that out.
If you have any suggestions on what we should do next, let us know.
Until then, have a wonderful holiday!
And don't get too drunk.
And certainly don't drink and drive.
Yes. See ya.